Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I am here, well, I'm over on Crystal Isles, and I have some very interesting stuff that we're about to test out. If you haven't seen my video, and literally everyone's found this spot already, but this honey cave, you can get so much polymer and so much honey that it's comedic. Now, I'm going to test what gets it the best. I have brought in every dinosaur that can either gather polymer or rock, because these little beehives that you have to hit count technically as rock. We are going to put their melee so high that they're all about like unreachable stats, basically, so you can get a fair assessment across the board, so that way not one isn't just like better overall, so on and so forth. So we're going to see what gathers honey the best, and we're going to see what gathers poly the best. We got the Gigantopithecus, rock golem, Anky, Doedicurus, Mantis, gotcha. We've even brought in a Magmasaur and a Bronto and a dire bear. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a tame that I don't think that's going to work. Now, we're going to crank this guy's melee up to just crazy numbers. This guy on every map is able to gather organic polymer flowers, so we'll see if he's actually able to gather the organic polymer beehives. I get a feeling that it's not going to be the case. We'll try all of his attacks and see what happens here. So when he hits it, one does not. Throwing me does not do anything for him. And what about C? Nope. So the Gigantopithecus is not able to gather this stuff. We're going to go ahead and... Okay, thank you for like putting me into the wall, bud. So there's that. Now, we're going to go ahead and try with the rock golem. Now, because, again, we're going to raise the melee on this thing. We're going to go ahead and see what max melee looks like on him, just so you can see that these things are all, like, melee numbers are going to be stupid on all of them. So, 1500 melee, if you choose to do that. Let's see what he is able to gather. And, oh, hello. 134 organic poly in that attack style. And he can just shred those things, so that's not too bad. So he was able to hit 2 of those things. You know, he does have a secondary attack, but that won't actually gather him anything. He also has a tertiary. Oh, hello, 92. And this is on 1 times, just so we're all clear. This is on 1 times that I'm gathering these numbers. So the rock golem was able to just get 92 on 1 times. Per hit on average. That is not too shabby. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out the Mantis. This is one that I have a feeling is going to be pretty high. Let's go ahead and crank up its melee speed on this one. And we'll give it a hatchet as well. We might even be able to give it a chainsaw, but I don't think that's actually going to work. No, he can't carry a chainsaw. But he can carry a hatchet, so let's give him just a ridiculous hatchet. 710%. We're going to go ahead and hop on this thing's back here, and we're going to see what he is capable of getting. So 92 is the average of that rock ellie. He is now in first place. Let's check out this guy. And with a swing, okay, 136 and then 18 bee honey at the same time. Let's see what his secondary jump attack. 107, a rare flower. That seems to be the average with this guy. So about 136. So Mantis is now in first place with a ridiculous hatchet, because we're playing the game of what is ridiculous as possible. So first place Mantis, second place Rock Ellie. Now dire bear, I know this can't gather it. I just wanted to show you guys that it's not possible for a dire bear. I'm not even going to bother to level him. Some people have asked me, hey, can he? The answer is no, he cannot. He can try every attack with him, but he is unable to gather it because it's considered a stone resource. So the Gigantopithecus and the dire bear, not useful for this purpose, but let's go ahead and check out some of the other things. Now, minus the fact that this is going to take me 9 years to get in there, we're going to go ahead and crank the melee on this Ankylosaurus. Now, we're going to go ahead and crank it up to crazy, crazy numbers, and let's see what he is capable of getting. Whoa. Now, on official servers, I know you can probably reach 1800 melee anyways, so I guess that's not really unachievable for an Anky on official servers. For those of you like, that's not possible. I mean, before I left official 3 years ago, I had Ankys that were 1200 to 1300 melee, and I would assume they are gotten a lot higher at this point in time. Alright, let's just go this way and see if we can find some of these little things with this Anky. This is probably going to be the slowest one, so again, for reasons of speed, I would not take the Anky. But if you're looking for overall, let's see what he's capable. I might even just, like, you know, leave him in here after we're done with this thing, because this is taking way too long. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We're almost there. Alright, so his swing attack, tons of honey. Oh my goodness. 60 honey per plop. Not too shabby. I'll try the other attack as long as I'm here, but I don't think that's going to gather us anything because that's meant for berries and stuff like that. So nope. But when it comes to getting bee honey, swing away with the Anky. It is not a polymer gatherer, but #1 for honey by quite a bit, it looks like. So the Anky, if you want that organic polymer, not the greatest, but if you do want that honey, might as well check it out. So anyways, that's that. So let's go ahead and try out our Doedicurus next. This has been the one that I think is going to do the best. He'll probably be tied or better than the Mantis simply due to the fact that these things are considered stone, and his gathering efficiency on stone is just bonkers. Come on. Okay, fine. I'll just go up here. Now we're going to go ahead and level him into melee just like we did everything else. You can see he already gathered a good amount of stone off of the stuff anyways. Wow, this one's going to have an 1900 melee. Oofda. Wouldn't mind having this one on an official server. Alright, so with the Doedicurus, we're going to go ahead and roll through all this stuff. The roll doesn't seem to really affect him, so that's pretty nice. He kind of just goes through all that stuff. That bee or that bear is probably going to get a little bit angry because I'm nearby it. So let's see what we get here. 147, so it's about equivalent to the Mantis. Now there are larger beehives that seem to give you a little bit more than the smaller ones. I'm not quite close enough to get that one. You're telling me you can't go over this little bump, bud? 239. My goodness. Okay, so this guy is now in first place. So the Doedicurus takes over first place with this because he is able to get that much more. Not too bad. And this is on official settings, just so we're all clear. Goodbye, Dire Bear. Level 25. But this is on official settings, so you're able to 100% do this. Goodbye, Giant Bee Worker. So he is now above the Mantis, above the Rock Ellie. Rock Ellie wasn't bad, though, to be completely honest, because he's going to have that ability to defend you from everything. So if you're doing solo runs, Rock Ellie might not be terrible if you have a really cranked melee one. Now here's one that a lot of people won't think about. Gotchas are actually really good at gathering things, so I'm a little bit curious to see how the gotcha does, because if you've never used it before early game, especially if you're over on Extinction, they can gather literally everything. So that's pretty nice. Wood, stone, fiber, thatch, you name it. All you gotta do is just hit the 2 different attacks with the primary and secondary on this guy, and we'll see if we're actually any good at it. So, I mean, they can even gather raw meat. Let's see how much. So on 1 times, not too shabby. Let's go ahead and find out up here, because this one is, oh, there's a couple up here, nice. 48, nothing stellar. Let's try the secondary attack. 76, not too great. So he's doable. This thing could get you theoretically a good amount of polymer, just not very high up there on the list. He's even beneath the Anky, so we're gonna go ahead and leave him the closest over here because that's kind of what it works like. And let's go ahead and test out the Magmasaur and the Bronto. Bronto I'm a little bit concerned with because I know on many maps it's able to gather this kind of stuff. And we're going to go ahead and crank it into melee, see if by some miracle, if you can get like a whole bunch with one swing. There might be a time saver on this thing. So maybe it might take me 6 years to get in this thing. So maybe I'll just soul ball him in there. For those of you that don't, you know what this mod is. It's amazing. You should use it if you have a PC server. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and jump on in here. Let's toss out our Bronto. There he is. Let's see what he's able... Oh, I need to make a saddle. Okay, I see it. Good, just want you to throw him out of the soul ball. Alright, let's see here. Nope. Looks like he is unable to gather anything. It was worth a try, though, right? Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and go out here. Bronto is under a useless thing. I'm not even going to throw him back out. Now this I am curious about. Now a Magmasaur. The Magmasaur is kind of replacing, as long as you have a skiff, he basically replaces the need to use an Ankylosaurus because he gathers so much stuff. But they don't go very high with their melee, so let's go ahead and see what he's capable of. Alright, Magmasaur, let's charge in here, buddy. Now, he does have a primary and a secondary, but the secondary is a fireball, so it's not going to be actually worth anything. Let's see. Small beehive, what do we get out of it? I missed. Okay, that's awkward. 61, okay, so that's reasonable. 92. Nothing terrible. 85. So he's up there. I mean, not as good because his melee can't get quite as high. But nonetheless, he's reason like you could theoretically use this in order to actually do this kind of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and put him over here, not number 1, because the Doedicurus and the Mantis are pretty much tied for number 1. We'll put him in the second tier with the Rock Alley. So right now, tier 1, Doedicurus, Mantis. We'll go ahead and start up a chainsaw that is just not even achievable anyways. So let's go ahead and see how this thing works. Did it just like spawn in on me? So we have a chainsaw. This is going to be the best thing you can use. 109, 182. So this isn't even the best. Okay, so it's pretty quick, but you're not going to get the most out of this. You'll get quite a bit of honey, it looks like, though. 116 per hit. Now, keep in mind, this chainsaw is off the chain. It is a 745 chainsaw, so not really accomplishable on any server, unless you're playing some really boosted rates. So, in my opinion, let's go and rank these things real quick. The best, Doedicurus Mantis. Tier 2 is probably Chainsaw, Magmasaur, Rock Ellie. And then Tier 3 is probably Anky and Gotcha, but the Anky gets the most honey by far. So that is the tier system, I guess, if we want to call it that, of gathering yourself a ton of polymer and honey. So anyways, hopefully this helps you out. Teach out.